Your person has come to realize just how strong and generous your soul truly is. They see now, in a way they perhaps couldn't before, the depth of your forgiveness and your willingness to accept them if they come forward with truth and vulnerability. There is a deep knowing within them that, despite everything that has happened, you are ready to open your heart to them again, provided they approach you with sincerity and an open mind. This realization has sparked something within them, a shift in their own energy, leading them to see how much they took for granted and how profoundly they hurt you. They fully acknowledge their past mistakes. They know that because of their actions, you cried countless times, your heart breaking repeatedly as you tried to make sense of the pain they caused. It was their behavior, their inability to be fully present or honest, perhaps even their involvement with someone else, that left you feeling shattered and alone. But paradoxically, those very experiences that caused you so much pain also made you stronger. You became emotionally and mentally resilient in ways you probably never imagined possible. Each tear you shed, each sleepless night, each moment of self-doubt gradually turned into a source of inner strength. Since the two of you parted ways, your person has experienced significant spiritual growth. It took them time, but they now realize the true nature of your connection. They've had what could be described as a spiritual download, an awakening of sorts that has changed their entire perspective. No longer blinded by their past mistakes, they now see your connection as something magical, divine, and pure. It's something they want to protect and nurture, something far greater than just a romantic relationship. They are beginning to understand that your bond is deeply spiritual, a connection that transcends the physical world and taps into something much more profound. They deeply regret putting you in a situation that made you question your own worth. By involving a third party, they caused you immense emotional turmoil. It wasn't just the betrayal itself that hurt, it was the fact that it made you doubt yourself, your value, and your place in their life. That kind of emotional damage takes time to heal, but you did something remarkable. Instead of allowing the pain to define you, you allowed it to fuel your growth. The universe stepped in, showing you the way through the darkness, guiding you to work on the parts of yourself that needed healing. You were pushed to confront old wounds, to heal the scars that their actions brought to the surface. And you did it. You came out on the other side victorious, stronger, more self-aware, and more in tune with your own power than ever before. Now, your person can sense the profound shift in your energy. They feel the change in you, the way you've turned your focus inward, investing in self-love and self-care. This shift has opened their heart in a way they weren't expecting. Your growth and transformation have not gone unnoticed. In fact, it has inspired them to look within and to confront their own shortcomings. They realize that in order to have any chance of reconnecting with you, they need to rise to meet you at this new level. They are no longer content to stay stuck in their old patterns of behavior. Instead, they are fully committed to doing the inner work necessary to improve things between you. They want to show you that they've changed, that they see the error of their ways, and that they are ready to honor the connection they now understand to be so special. One of the most significant changes they are making is blocking out external influences that once interfered in your relationship. They are taking active steps to eliminate any distractions or toxic elements that previously kept them from being fully present with you. Whether these were other people, bad habits, or personal insecurities, they are making a conscious effort to let go of anything that stands in the way of your connection. They are searching for their true purpose, and in doing so, they are rising to a higher level of consciousness. They want to rise with you, to stand beside you, and to nurture the bond that they now realize is a gift, something divine and rare. Your person is committed to growth, not just for themselves, but for the sake of your relationship. They understand that in order to heal the wounds of the past and move forward, they need to approach you with integrity, honesty, and a genuine willingness to build something new with you. They see the connection between you as something worth fighting for, something sacred that deserves a second chance. And as they work on themselves, clearing away the remnants of their past mistakes, they hope that you will be willing to give them that chance. They want to prove that they are ready to rise to the occasion and that together, you can create a future filled with love, respect, and mutual understanding. I feel an overwhelming sadness when I reflect on how I never trusted you the way I should have. You gave me all of your loyalty and love without ever expecting anything in return, and I failed to recognize the true depth of that. You showed me, time and time again, what it means to love unconditionally, yet I let my own doubts and insecurities cloud my judgment. It's painful to admit now, but in the moments when I should have trusted you most, I chose to doubt. I can see clearly now that you were the one person in my life who deserved my trust the most, and I regret that I never gave it to you in full. What I want you to know is that, from the very beginning, it was only you who captivated my heart. No one else has ever been able to reach me the way you did. There was something about you, something undeniable, that pulled me in from the moment we met. You were like no other, and I realize now that you are irreplaceable in my life. No one could ever take your place, and the thought of trying to move forward without you feels unbearable. When you walked away, I felt utterly deflated. It was as though the air had been knocked out of me. My pride and my ego were bruised, but even deeper than that was the loss I felt knowing that I had let someone so precious slip away. At first, I thought it was my ego that was hurt the most, and I didn't want to admit that to myself. But as time has passed, I've come to understand that it wasn't just my ego. Your decision to walk away showed me a strength I hadn't seen before, a strength that made me realize just how much you meant to me. Your courage to stand against what was wrong, even when it meant walking away from someone you loved, forced me to take a hard look at myself. In that moment, I realized your worth in a way I hadn't before. You were brave enough to stand up for yourself, even when it hurt, and I've come to understand that your courage was a reflection of your love. It wasn't that you didn't care, it was that you cared enough to demand what was right. I feel embarrassed when I think about how weak I've been. As a man, I've always wanted to appear strong and in control, but the truth is that no one knows my vulnerabilities like you do. You've seen the side of me that I hide from the rest of the world. I put on a mask of strength and confidence for everyone else, but you were the only one who truly understood that beneath that, I wasn't as strong as I pretended to be. I was scared of being vulnerable, scared of admitting that I needed you. It's hard for me to say this, but it's true, I wasn't as strong as I thought I was. And I wasn't as strong as you needed me to be. You, on the other hand, were unwavering. As a woman, you stood firm in your commitments, never once backing down, even when I was uncertain about my feelings. I was the one who hesitated, who denied what was right in front of me, while you remained steady. You didn't falter, even when I pushed you away, even when I made you doubt whether I truly cared. I see now that your strength was something I took for granted. You were willing to fight for what we had, while I was too afraid to confront my own emotions. What I now understand, painfully, is that you are the only woman who has ever truly understood me. You saw the parts of me that no one else could, and you accepted them. More than that, you were able to stand alongside my inner struggles, my inner demons, in a way no one else has. You didn't try to change me, you accepted me for who I was, even when I wasn't at my best. And for that, I owe you an apology. I am so deeply sorry that I didn't value the sacrifices you made for me. I was so consumed by my own fears and insecurities that I failed to see how much you were giving, how much you were sacrificing for us. I've come to realize that I was wrong, and that I should have appreciated you so much more than I did. You were always the one standing by my side, offering love and support, while I was too caught up in my own world to fully appreciate it. For that, I am truly sorry. You deserve so much more than what I gave you. All I can hope for now is that, somehow, you can find it in your heart to forgive me, even if I don't deserve it. You are irreplaceable to me, and losing you has shown me that no one could ever take your place. Your partner is about to re-enter your life after a long period of isolation and introspection. It seems they've been in a kind of hermit mode, withdrawing from the world and especially from you. This time apart, however, has not been an escape from their feelings for you, quite the opposite. Not a single day has gone by when you haven't crossed their mind. Every thought seems to circle back to you, no matter how hard they might have tried to focus elsewhere. The emotional distance and their lack of action so far haven't been because they don't care, but rather because they've been struggling with their own inner battles. They are angry at themselves for not being able to make a move sooner, frustrated by their own inaction and indecision. This self-blame weighs heavily on them, filling them with regret and longing. Your partner is thinking about you constantly, day and night, 24/7. They are haunted by thoughts of the past, replaying memories in their mind, and asking themselves what could have been different. They reflect on the times you shared, perhaps the love and connection that once flowed easily between you, and they can't help but feel the sting of remorse. As they look back, they are overcome with sorrow, sometimes even crying over the moments you spent together, realizing that they made choices that distanced themselves from you. They now understand that those decisions were mistakes, and they deeply regret the actions, or inaction, that have kept you apart for so long. These feelings have reached a point where they can no longer bear the weight of regret and longing. They are on the verge of reaching out to you, eager to mend the relationship. It's not just about wanting to reconnect, they want to come forward with something substantial. They are no longer interested in surface-level interactions or fleeting moments. Instead, they are ready to offer you something stable, something real. They recognize that the relationship has the potential to be more than it was before. They are willing to work on building something of lasting value with you. This time, they are determined to approach the relationship with a sense of commitment, offering a foundation that you can both rely on. The time apart has opened their eyes to the fact that you have activated something deep within them, something that they might not have fully understood before. You've both touched each other's hearts in ways that are hard to explain, and your connection is not something they can easily walk away from. It's as if you've ignited a spark in them that continues to burn, even in the silence. Your partner is now going through sleepless nights, unable to rest because thoughts of you consume them. The quiet of the night only amplifies their longing for you, and they find themselves lying awake, contemplating the future and what steps they need to take to bring you back into their life. Their mind is constantly at work, strategizing their next move. They know they can't return to you empty-handed or without a plan. This time, they want to make things right, and they're carefully thinking about how to approach you. They don't want to rush into things recklessly or make the same mistakes as before. Instead, they are focused on creating a strategy that will show you they are serious about rebuilding the relationship in a healthier and more secure way. They want you to know that they've changed, that they've grown during this time apart, and that their intention is to work through any challenges that arise. What's driving them now is not only their desire to make amends but also their recognition of the value you bring to their life. They've come to see that the bond you share is rare and precious, something worth fighting for. They want to be someone you can count on, someone who adds value to your life rather than taking away from it. They want to build something that stands the test of time, a relationship that isn't easily shaken by outside forces or internal doubts. Ultimately, this period of separation has been a turning point for your partner. They've realized that their feelings for you run deeper than they might have initially thought, and they now understand the importance of taking real, meaningful action. They are preparing to step out of their hermit mode, leaving behind the fear and uncertainty that held them back, and move toward you with a renewed sense of purpose. You've been the anchor in their thoughts during this time of reflection, and now they are ready to take the next step, to rebuild and create something lasting with you. Your partner's journey has been one of self-discovery and realization, and they are now ready to come back into your life with a stable offer, a renewed commitment, and a genuine desire to work on this relationship. They are ready to give their all, to create a future with you that is filled with love, stability, and mutual growth.